What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I've got a video. I'm going to show you a bunch of things that I've sold on eBay. These are all things you can look for out in the wild, places like garage sales, thrift stores, rummage sales. Find it, sell it, make some money. I have about 600 to 700 items listed about all the time. So I have stuff selling every day. Sometimes an individual item might take a year to sell, but when you have that many items, there's always something selling pretty much every day. Usually anywhere between like 3 to 12 items I sell every day. Just depends how much I'm listing, right? But you'll see in this video that you don't need to find the absolute treasure that's out there. Just kind of basic stuff will sell if you're getting it at a good price and it's something people want. This video has been edited to be quick, show you as many items as possible of stuff I've sold in the last 3 weeks or so. If you do enjoy these types of videos, please hit that like button for me. As long as these videos keep getting the likes, I will keep making them. This is a really nice flip. These Bible story CD sets, got these at a garage sale for $8. Was able to sell them for $150 plus shipping, and they took less than 2 weeks to sell. Love finding and selling stuff like this. Here is a great sale. Sold this Preacher's Commentary. This is 31 volumes. Sold it for $270 plus shipping. Probably the best part is I got this for free at a garage sale. Notice them in a big tote of books where all the books were free. Grabbed these out of it and ended up making some great profit in the end. Since there's so many, I'm going to have to break it up into 2 boxes to ship. It'll actually save money by doing that, but another phenomenal free box find. Here's a rare and valuable game I found at a thrift store, Blitz the League 2 for PlayStation 3. Paid $3 for it, and I sold it for $70. It took about a month to sell. Great one to keep an eye out for. Here's a nice flip. I got this Bengals vintage starter jacket at a rummage sale. I paid $5 for it. Sold it for $100 plus shipping, and it took about 6 months to sell. Got this Saberjet US Air Force model. Got this at a sale. I believe I only paid like $2 for it. Ended up being worth more than I expected. Sold it for $150 plus shipping, and it took close to a year to sell. Here's a flip that was much better than I was anticipating. I paid $25 for this vintage Witch game. I was only expecting to make about $25 or $30 profit on it. It was missing a piece. I ended up getting the piece for it. Turns out all the other pieces are in amazing condition. So I priced it high. I priced it $145 plus shipping, and it took about a month to sell. This is another one of those items that was in my Bolo videos before I even found it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button when you're watching these videos, because this stuff is really out there. You can find it. Sold a pair of these Clark's Cloud Steppers sandals. Got these at Goodwill for $5. Sold them for $20 plus shipping, and they took a couple months to sell. Bought this Sony compact disc player for a car. Turns out this is new open box. Box has quite a bit of damage. Only paid $5 for it at Goodwill, so made some good profit selling it at $70 plus shipping. Took about a month and a half to sell it. Got this nice bat, this Freak Classic. Got this, I believe this is one I got at a garage sale for $5. Pick up so many bats, sometimes it's just hard to remember, but I sold it for $90 plus shipping, and it has been listed for about 9 months. Actually worth a decent amount more if it didn't have all the scratches and scrapes on there, but made some great profit on the bat. Picked up these Koolabura by UGG slippers at a garage sale for $5. They're new in box. Was able to sell them for $30 plus shipping, and it took about a month to sell them. Here is one of these blue tracks. This is the second one I've sold. They went up in value since I sold the other one. They're like these blue tracks that you put Hot Wheels on and stuff. They're flexible. This one seems to be unused in the box. Paid $3.99 for it at Goodwill. Ended up selling it for $70 plus shipping. Took about a month and a half to sell. Here is a lovely sale. I got these Rocky hunting boots at a garage sale. Paid only $10 for them. They are new, unworn. Ended up selling them for $90 plus shipping. It took about 2.5 to 3 months to sell. Sold 2 of these Hampton Bay fans. Got these at Lowe's on clearance for $20. Sold them for $60 plus shipping, and they took about 5 or 6 months to sell. Got one more left. Got this Accurite wireless charging weather forecaster. Got this at Goodwill for $3.99. Actually worth a decent amount of money. Unfortunately, it didn't have the little sensor that you hang up outside. I still decided to sell it because someone who already has the sensor may just be looking for the base, and it did sell. Sold it for $20, so still made about $10 in the end on this, so definitely worth it. Sold pretty quick, only took about a month to sell. Bought this Uno Blitzo game at a rummage sale, paid $1 for it. I sold these on Amazon for pretty good money. Unfortunately with this one, the box is just too beat up and it's missing the manual, so I don't want to sell it on Amazon. But I put it on eBay for $12 plus shipping just to get rid of it, and it sold in about 2 weeks, so still made about $10 profit pretty quickly. Here's a ceramic cookie jar school bus. I got this at a rummage sale for $1. Figured I'd give it a shot. Ended up selling for $20 plus shipping, and it only took about 3 months to sell. Sold another one of these M Fuel nail gun magazines. Got this at Home Depot for $20. Sold it for $80, and it took about a year to sell. Here's a Cleveland Indians hat. Got this at a garage sale for $5. Sold it for $40 plus shipping. It took less than a week to sell. Sold this box of Mary Maxim craft stuff. This came out of that massive $5 box of craft stuff I got at a rummage sale. A lot of these just really weren't worth selling by themselves. Probably would have took forever. So I just ended up selling the lot for $40 plus shipping. I've already made a few $100s on the craft box, so this is just adding to it. And these took about 2 months to sell. Got this John F. Kennedy doll at a Goodwill. I paid $3.99 for it. It is Franklin Mint. Supposed to be a Jackie doll with it. Unfortunately, do not have that one. It seems to be the more valuable one. Still sold it for $30 plus shipping. So made some great profit on it. And it only took about 3 months to sell. I ended up getting a couple of these boxes of 50 light bulbs. They're rotating like disco light bulbs. Was thinking maybe I could just sell them individually and make some good profit, but they're not great. They weren't selling that quick on eBay or anything, so I decided to sell them by the box. Got about $10 into the box. Sold them for $40 plus shipping. Took a little over a year to sell a box. I got one box left. Hopefully the other box sells and gets out of here too, because just taking up space. Sold this vintage starter Patriots jersey. Got this for $1 at a rummage sale. Sold for $30 plus shipping, and it took about a year to sell. Sold another Linux horse, well into the profit on these. Sold for $25 plus shipping. This one took about a month to sell. Bought these Nike baseball shoes at a garage sale for $20. They are new. Sold them for $60 plus shipping, and they took less than a week to sell. Love a fast shoe flip. Bought a slot car racetrack at a rummage sale for $7. This car was in there. It was not part of the set. In fact, it was all mixed with different sets and track pieces. But I was able to sell this slot car for $20, and it took about 2 weeks to sell. So this puts me in the profit. Sold a couple video games, DuckTales on Xbox 360 and Soul Reaver on PlayStation 2. Got these at garage sales for $1 or $2. Sold Soul Reaver for $35. And DuckTales for $30. They both took about 3 weeks to sell. Got this pair of Brooks at a garage sale. They were only 50 cents. Decided to price them a little low just to move them, since I'll be making good profit on them for what I paid. Sold them for $24 plus shipping, and they sold within about 2 days. I would have priced them higher. They do have a little bit of wear on the side here, but still probably could have sold them for $30 if I wanted to wait it out a little bit. But sometimes when I get shoes this cheap, I just want to price them low and get them sold and make profit. Got this slot car track at a rummage sale for $7. Already sold a car that was in it for $20. So I'm in the profit. Sold this track for $60 plus shipping. Only took about a week to sell. And there's 2 more slot cars that were in here that I'm selling separate. They haven't sold yet, but when they do, it's going to end up being over $100 profit on this box. Here's a pretty cool flip. I got this little Live Pets at Goodwill. I think it was priced $5. When I researched it, I noticed the comps had a couple $20 sales, but I was the only one that's going to have one on eBay. So I priced mine $50 to give it a shot, and ended up selling a month later for $50 plus shipping. So very pleased with this pickup. Here's this felt vintage Cabela's hat. I got this at a rummage sale. I paid $1 for it. Ended up selling it for $25 plus shipping. Took about 3 months to sell. Got this ceramic canister at a rummage sale. Only paid 50 cents for it. Didn't know how it would do. It ended up selling for $15 plus shipping. So for paying 50 cents, I still made some okay profit on it. Only took about 3 months to sell. Got this Panasonic Panabrator massager at a Goodwill for $2.99. Was able to sell it for $38 plus shipping. And it took about 2 months to sell. Here's a really good flip. I got this rewinder at a garage sale. It was $1.75. I didn't think it was going to be great, but at that price I decided to buy it because it looked like just kind of an off-brand. Turns out this is a really good one. I was able to sell it for $80 plus shipping. It only took a little over a week to sell. Sold this Indiana State hat. Got this at a rummage sale for only a quarter. Sold it for $20 plus shipping, and it sold within a couple days. Here's a sealed model kit. Got this at a garage sale for $10. Sold it for $50 plus shipping, and it took about 2.5 weeks to sell. Got 3 of these steering wheels at Goodwill for $5. They're for virtual racing. Sold this one for $40 plus shipping, and it took about 4 days to sell. Got a couple of these Cincinnati Reds bobbleheads. Got them locally for $10 to $15. Don't remember exactly. Sold one quite a few months ago. Sold really quick. This one took a while, about a year probably to sell, but I sold it for $35 plus shipping, so I made money. Sold this loose G.I. Joe. This is something that I was doing an audit on some of my listings. Thought it was listed. For whatever reason, it's not. So I got it listed, and after that, it took about a week and a half to sell. Sold it for $14.99. I got a bunch of these a few years ago in a big lot. I've already sold, of course, all the others. I'm like, why didn't this one sell? And I looked it up and just wasn't on eBay. Got this sealed Oral-B toothbrush at a rummage sale. I think I paid $3 for it, but I sold it for $30, and it took about a month to sell. Sold this vintage Garfield plush. Got this at Goodwill for $5. It's from the 80s. Sold it for $20 plus shipping, and this took about a month to sell. Here's a pair of these Kobe 8s. I got these at Goodwill for only $5. I've had them listed for about 5 months now. Been getting a lot of lowball offers, but I just left them. I had them priced $150, and they have eventually sold now for $150 plus shipping. Works out because I was actually considering lowering the price soon. It's always nice when something sells before you lower the price, but yeah, what a great flip. $5 into $150. Got 3 of these simulation racing wheels at Goodwill for $5 a piece. The one in the box is new. Sold one pretty quickly for $40 plus shipping, the other loose one. And then within 24 hours later, both have sold. $40 plus shipping, and then I sold the one in the box for $60 plus shipping. So great flip, great find on those steering wheels for sure. Sold this fishing reel. I'm pretty sure this is one I got for $1 at a garage sale. It's a Mitchell 301 vintage. Sold it for $30 plus shipping. It sold in about a month. Sold this new Waterpik water flosser. Got this at a garage sale for $10. Sold it for $50 plus shipping, and it took about a month to sell. Here's a Nintendo Switch GameCube controller, Super Smash Brothers. Got this locally for $20. Sold it for $55 plus shipping, and it sold within 24 hours. Here's a Nightmare Before Christmas Sally Build-A-Bear with the tags. Found this at Goodwill for $11.99. Was able to sell it for $50 plus shipping, and it took about a month and a half to sell. Sold a couple of Breyer horses. This one has been listed for about a year. Found it at Goodwill for $1.99. I sold it for $38. This one I also found at Goodwill. I paid $5 for it. This one, though, sold within about 10 minutes of me listing it. So I guess I priced it a little too low. Now, the reason I priced it lower was because the tip of the ear was chipped and it just had some light wear on it. It looked like the ones in better condition were still selling for like $50 to $60, so I priced mine $40 plus shipping, and it sold very quickly. That's fine. I still made great profit on it. Well, really great profit on both of them. It's kind of strange they both sold on the same day, especially with this one being a year listed, though. 2 different people. Sold another one of these spanner wrenches I got at Home Depot. Sold it for $25. Paid very little for it. Actually got a bunch of them. I've sold a decent amount over the years. I probably have had them listed for 3 years. Selling like one a year on average, but sold one fairly recently, so they are selling. I'm down to my last one. Here's this cordless precision screwdriver. Got these at Lowe's for around $5. Sold it for $25. This is the last one. Took about a year to sell through them all. Here's a pair of these Dr. Comfort shoes I decided to sell on eBay. I got them at a rummage sale. I just kind of bought them blind for $1. They're a bit dirtier than I thought, or I would have just just pass on them probably. However, this style was selling really well, so I just put them on there for $20 plus shipping, and they sold fairly quick, less than a month. But they just got some like dirt around the edges here. They just don't look that great to me. I don't like selling stuff like this because I'm always afraid people don't look at the pictures close enough, they don't read the description, and they're not going to be happy with it. Still, for paying $1, I made some great profit, and pretty quick too. Here's another thing I sold. This got me a little bit worried that people are not going to read the condition. This is a vintage 80s Cleveland Brown backpack. Got this at a rummage sale for $1, and I ended up selling it for $20 plus shipping. It took about 6 months to sell, probably longer, honestly, like maybe 9 or 10 months. But it has a little bit of wear. You know, it's an old bag. The inside pocket is kind of falling apart. The vinyl, of course, I disclose all of that in the description. This person has 0 feedback on eBay, so hopefully they read the description. I guess I shouldn't worry too much. It's just I like to be confident when I sell things. I like to sell things in good condition, things that work. That way I know that I'm giving the person the best item. So when I sell things that don't work or they have problems, I'm always worried the person's not paying attention to that. But regardless, for the $1 I paid, again, great profit. Here's this vintage Coleman steel belted cooler. Got this at a garage sale for $10. Was able to sell it for $70 plus shipping. Shipping on this was about $45 UPS. Not too hard to ship. It's just big and costs a decent amount of money. It took about 1.5 years to sell. I don't know how many more of these I'll buy to sell on eBay. I might try to sell them locally, but when you start getting into shipping items this big, I just can't trust UPS and FedEx to actually give me reliable quotes. I've mentioned that before. So it's hard to say. I might get an extra charge on this, but based on what I paid for it, I made some good profit. Here's a pair of nice white Nike shoes. Got these at Goodwill for $5. Picked them up just when they came out on a cart. This Goodwill's been pricing Nikes $30 or more, so I don't know why they didn't price these up, but say it all the time, that's what picking is all about. Picking the good deals. But I sold them for $30 and they sold in about 3 days. This goes to a Hamilton Beach food processor I got at a rummage sale. It was more money to part it out. Paid $5 for it. Sold this piece for $20 plus shipping. Took about 3 months to sell. Here's a pair of these Justin Roper boots. I got these at a rummage sale for only $1. They do have some wear and staining. The big amount of wear is the back here where the heel is worn down and uneven. In the rush of a rummage sale and knowing everything's $1, I'm just throwing it in the bag, right? I get home, start looking it over, I start seeing flaws. I just decided to price them $15 plus shipping. It's a pretty popular pair. $50 easily if they were in a bit better condition. Even pricing them $20, maybe even $25, I could have got a sale on these, but I just give someone a deal, move them quick. $15 plus shipping what I sold them for. They took about 4 days to sell. I still made great profit for only paying $1. Sold another one of these Milwaukee Fuel extended capacity magazines. Got these at Home Depot for $20 a piece. Sold it for $80. I think I have 5 more left. This was a pretty disappointing sale, I guess. I got this glow-in-the-dark dragon like fantasy puzzle, 1,000 pieces, new and sealed. I thought it was going to do well. I guess for some reason in my head I thought people were wanting these and buying these old vintage like puzzles and posters that glowed in the dark. Mistaking, because I think it took over 2 years for this to sell. I ended up selling it for $15 plus shipping. I lowered the price, and it's been priced $15 probably for about a year on its own. This wasn't one that was on Amazon. I probably could have got more and sold it very quickly, but I still made some profit, and unfortunately it wasn't listed during the puzzle boom during COVID, where I was selling puzzles for like 3 times what they were worth because everyone was stuck at home and bored, I guess. I got it from Goodwill. I paid $2 or $3, so I made profit. This is a more modern Lisa Frank binder set. I found this at Goodwill for $1.99. When I first saw it new and sealed like this, I thought it could be vintage. It could be worth hundreds, because I have sold a binder that's vintage like this before, pre-owned for over $100. Anyway, it's not. I still sold it for $30 though, and it took about 5 months to sell, so very much worth picking up. Here's some needlecraft set. I got this out of the box where I got about 40 pounds of just random craft stuff. Got it at a rummage sale for $5. Out of that box, I've already made over a couple $100. This piece here I sold for $15, so just adding to the profit. Found this country wall phone. It's made to look like a vintage phone at Goodwill. I paid, I think, $6.99, $7.99 for it. It is brand new, open box. Ended up selling it for $110 plus shipping. It took like 9 or 10 months to sell. Got these vintage axe heads at a sale. I paid nothing for them. They were free. They're not not in great shape. 3 of them were not marked. There was one that was marked Craftsman. I decided to do an auction on them just because of that. And for the fact I got them for free. I started the auction at $14.99 plus shipping. I got a whopping 2 bids, sold them for $16.75. Feel like somebody got a good deal. But again, it's all profit for me. I didn't have to take a lot of time at listing each individual one and waiting for who knows how long till they all sell. So I'm happy with it in the end. Here's a Sony receiver I sold. This is nice because it has the original box and packaging, so it should be very well protected when shipping. Got this at a garage sale for $20. Sold it for $120 plus shipping, and this took about a month and a half to sell. Fully tested and working. I got a bunch of these shower strainers years ago at Lowe's. This particular color and style I was selling for like $40 on Amazon. It was crazy. I think I only paid like $3 a piece for them. This one, obviously, I didn't sell on Amazon just because, well, it's been torn open, retaped. I was able to sell it on eBay for $14, and it took about 8 months to sell. Sold this sealed tech deck set. Got this, I don't even remember. Honestly, I got a decent amount of tech deck stuff over a period of a year, various places. I do remember this one being more rare, so I priced it up, and it took around a year to sell. But I sold it for $45. I know I didn't pay that much for it. Sold a TI-83 Plus calculator. I believe I got this one at Goodwill for like $2. It's been listed a year. These things actually sell very quickly, and I had sold it already before, and the person returned it because they said the screen wouldn't turn on, which, you know, it's been fully tested. What happens is sometimes the brightness gets turned down. You have to turn it back up, and people don't realize that. So I got it back, and of course it was just the brightness turned down. Relisted it, and it took a year or more to sell. It's kind of strange. But it's back to school time, so these things are going to sell pretty quickly. This one says Tina H on the back. It's scratched in there, so maybe that's why it took a bit longer to sell, but still made some great profit. Sold it for $33. Sold a couple pairs of shoes. Got these Apex, like weird fleece shoes. Got these for $3 at a rummage sale. When I got home and looked them up, they weren't great. People had them priced like $20 and they weren't selling. I priced mine $15 plus shipping, and they sold in about a week. So made some profit, even if not a lot of it. And also sold these LL Bean shoes, which I think I got at a rummage sale as well for like $1 or $2. Sold those for $30 plus shipping, and they took somewhere around a year to sell. So I bought 3 of these extended capacity magazines. I got at Home Depot for $20 a piece for a total of $236.64. I got 1 more left. Made some great profit on these over the past year. Sold another one of these Linux Christmas horses. Got a bunch of these at a garage sale for $40 total. Got about $2.50 in each one. Already made a lot of profit selling them. Sold another one for $25 plus shipping, and it took about 3 months to sell. Here's a vintage Logo Athletics Miami Dolphins hat. Glad this is sold. It's been listed for a few months, and I've been getting a lot of lowball offers almost on a daily basis. With as much attention as it was getting, I assumed it would sell, and it has for $50. I believe I got this at a garage sale for like 50 cents. Sold the last of these Milwaukee extender capacity magazines. Got 10 of these at Home Depot for $20 a piece. Took about a year, and then they just started selling very quickly. That's because everyone else sold out of theirs, pricing them much lower. I held my price. Once I became the only one selling them, they all went within about a week. So made some incredible profit in the end. Bought this Nesco pressure cooker at a Goodwill. Paid $13, $15, something like that for it. I thought it was new. It certainly looked new. Of course, I pulled it out of the box to check, and I started noticing some signs where it had been used, so I ended up having to sell it as pre-owned. Sold it for $40 plus shipping, so I still made some pretty good profit in the end. Took about 2 months to sell. Here's a Sega 32X game, Mortal Kombat 2. This came from a garage sale with a lot of other stuff, the same garage sale where I got the $1,000 Nintendo game. I got, I think, $30 into this, and I sold it for $70 plus shipping. Only took about a week to sell. Sold another one of the Linux horses for $25 plus shipping. They took it anywhere from a week to 4 months to sell. I'm down to my last 4. Of course, I'm way in the profit. Here are some Jurassic Park figures. I got these with some of the dinosaurs I bought in a lot. Decided to list them separately for $18, and well, they took 2 years to sell, but they sold. I've already sold everything else, so made some good profit in the end on everything. Here's a vintage Jurassic Park game. Got this for $15. Was able to sell it for $40 plus shipping, and it took about 2.5 weeks to sell. Would have priced it a little bit more, but the box had some damage. Here's a Santa hat and some replacement lights for a Douglas fir talking Christmas tree. One of the Jimmy vintage ones. Unfortunately, I bought one. It had some problems, so decided to part out some of the pieces, like the power supply and the hat and the lights and a cassette tape. Sold both of these for $13. They took about 3 weeks to sell is all, which is nice. They're actually leaving the country. I paid $5 for the Douglas fir, so that should get me my money back. From here on out, it's profit. Here's this Chi iron. I got this at Goodwill for $5. Sold it for $20 plus shipping, and it took about a week to sell is all. Here's an awesome flip. I found these Solomon Speedcross shoes at a Goodwill for $5. I've sold this same model before, and they sold great. I don't remember exactly what they sold for, but I sold this pair for $55 plus shipping, and they took less than a week to sell. It's hard to keep track of shoes sometimes, but I got these New Balance terrain shoes, I believe, at a garage sale for $5. Sold them for $30 plus shipping. They were on top of the storage tote for New Balance shoes, so I'm assuming these were listed fairly recently. It's weird, I don't remember. I actually bought a pair this week, though, at Goodwill for $5. However, I know I haven't listed those yet, so it's not those. Anyway, I would not pay more than $5 for these, I don't think. So $30 plus shipping, and they sold fairly quick. Here's a pair of LeBron currency shoes. Got these at a garage sale for $7, $8. Sold them for $50 plus shipping, and it took about a month to sell. Here's an Ion drum machine control box. Bought this along with the whole drum set, the stand and everything at Goodwill. I believe I paid $10 for all of it. Decided to part out the pieces to make the most money, save on shipping. Sold this piece alone for $70 plus shipping, and took about 2.5 months to sell. So I do not remember where these bladder control pads came from, but it's one of the longest listed items I have. This has probably been listed for 8 years. I knew it would sell at some point, and once I list something, I kind of just leave it on there. It's just been in storage, and I saw it sold, and I'm like, well, I hope it's still there. And it was. Sold it for $30 plus shipping. Again, I don't even remember how much I got into these, where they came from, or anything. I'm kind of thinking they were free is why I bought them. Also, I noticed I have the box dimensions wrong in the shipping, which means shipping's a lot higher than what it should be, which is probably why they never sold. Just something I never caught even when checking the item and lowering the price or whatever, right? But very happy to see them go. But there it is, everybody. That's what I have to show you today. Hopefully you saw some things that you can look for out in the wild, make some money. As always, if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments. I try to put out the content based on the feedback that I get. Also, check right now and make sure you are subscribed. If you are not, hit that button. It takes just a second. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.